Another week, boys, and another TWAB. I am so sorry if my voice sounds different today, guys. Essentially, I'm in a hotel room, and my travel setup is pretty bare bones. But let's get into today's TWAB, guys. First up, we've got some raid details here. Bungie states on Saturday, October 5th, Guardians will venture into a new raid called Garden of Salvation. Many of you have been to the Black Garden before, but don't be fooled. An entirely new challenge awaits you. Contest mode will be active for the first 24 hours, similar to the Crown of Sorrow World First competition. While contest is active, players will face an enforced challenge throughout the raid. Power beyond certain levels will provide no additional advantage for a given fight. So for example, for the first fight, power above 890 doesn't provide an advantage. And for the final fight, power above 920 doesn't provide an advantage. After the 24-hour period ends, we will disable contest mode, and players can take full advantage of their higher power to overcome the raid's challenges. As always, we will be watching as fire teams race to claim the prestige of being world first to complete the raid. Their prize, besides bragging rights of course, will be this new custom-made Garden of Salvation World First belt. Beautiful. Now, if you are not first to complete the raid, you do not have to be last. All Guardians who complete the raid within the first 24 hours will be able to show off this exclusive emblem. I can't even tell what that is. What is that, guys? Almost looks like something straight out of Minecraft with all the blocks and stuff. We also have an emblem available though to anyone who completes the raid at their leisure. Well, hell, that looks better than the green blocky one. I don't know. Somebody's gonna tell me exactly what that first emblem is, and I'm gonna be like, okay, that makes sense. But just comparing these two, I like the pretty bluish one. Now, before we move on to the next subject, yes, guys, contest mode was something we assumed Bungie was gonna implement pretty much in every raid race going forward. It 100% amplified the difficulty, but simultaneously, there is a pro side to it, which is once you meet that level threshold, there really is no reason to kind of kill yourself before the raid launches. Like previously, it was all about getting your light as high as it possibly can get so you can do full damage. Now I kind of like that we have contest mode here, and essentially all I have to do on my account, whichever one I'm going to bring into the raid, I just got to get over 920. Over 920, we good. And this really takes a lot of stress, especially whenever a new sandbox takes off, on top of all the new stuff that's going to be dropping in Shadowkeep. Now the raid is launching on the 5th, which is a Saturday, guys. This is the first time Bungie has ever done a raid release on the weekend, but this is so that everyone can be involved. And remember, on October 1st, when Shadowkeep actually launches, all of your gear and weapons will automatically be brought up to 750. So yeah, we do have a grind ahead of us to get to 920 or above, but it shouldn't be that bad. Now moving on to update 2.6.0, the deployment and PC migration. This week, we like to begin setting expectations on what the Shadowkeep launch experience will be for existing PC players on October 1st. On October 1st, prior to the official launch of Shadowkeep, Destiny 2 will be taken offline for maintenance on all platforms. During this maintenance window, PC players who have linked their Steam accounts to their Bungie.net profile will automatically have their Guardians and Silver transferred from Battle.net to Steam. Once maintenance concludes and Shadowkeep is officially launched, PC players who've undergone Steam linking will be able to launch Destiny 2 on Steam and immediately access their Guardians and Silver. However, migrated PC players should be aware that there will be a delay in the transfer of their Destiny 2 Forsaken licenses from Battle.net to Steam. After the launch of Shadowkeep, Forsaken license transfers for Steam Link PC players will continue in the background until they are complete. While that work is underway, PC players can access all Destiny 2 content not reliant on Forsaken license, as well as new Shadowkeep content if owned on Steam. And of course, all new light content will be available to all players for free. Example of Forsaken content that will not be available to migrated PC players during this window is the Forsaken campaign missions, Forsaken quest content, the Last Wish raid, the Shadow Throne dungeon. An example of Forsaken activities that will be available to players immediately, since they will be bundled in new light though, are the Gambit playlist activities, Forsaken strikes and strike playlist activities, Forsaken maps inside of Crucible, patrols on the Tangle Shore destination, and patrols on the Dreaming City destination. Okay, so just keep in mind, guys, I don't know what the duration will be until those other things are available for us. Surely it won't be outside of the day, right? Like within 24 hours, we should have access to all of our other Forsaken based content, but we'll keep you updated. Now, a warning right here for Battle.net code redemption for Destiny 2. Bungie states that another item of housekeeping as we transition from Battle.net to Steam is about the redemption of Destiny 2 codes for Battle.net. Players should be aware that any Battle.net code they possess for Destiny Destiny 2 content must be redeemed on their Battle.net account before they perform PC migration. Players who have already prepared for PC migration have it to the start of Destiny 2 maintenance on October 1st to redeem any unused Battle.net codes to have that license transferred to their Steam account. Players who migrate to Steam after October 1st maintenance must also ensure that their Battle.net code is redeemed before they link their Steam account. Once a Steam account is linked, their Guardian, Silver, game licenses will be automatically migrated from Battle.net to Steam. This is a one-time process that cannot be repeated for new licenses. Alright, so if you have a code right now, redeem it. Just stop what you're doing and go redeem that thing. Now finally, existing campaign progress and new light. Lastly, this week we like to make players aware of how new light will impact their existing progress for the Red War, Curse of Osiris, Warmind, and Forsaken campaigns. On October 1st, after Destiny 2 Update 2.6.0 rolls out, players who have not completed any of the above Destiny 2 campaigns will have progress towards that campaign reset. For example, any player who has not completed the Forsaken campaign will have to restart that campaign after 2.6.0 maintenance on October 1st. It's worth noting, however, that most in-game activities will generally be available to players as soon as they unlock the corresponding destinations. This is as part of the accelerated player progression that will be included with new light on October 1st. Now, I don't know how many of you are actually sitting on a campaign. I'm sure somebody's like not even finished the Curse of Osiris campaign if you didn't like upgrade past it. But if you don't want to have your progress wiped, go finish it. Again, another thing to do now. So guys, that is our TWAB. Not a lot of details here. We still don't know exactly if we're even going to receive buffs to exotic armor pieces. I'm starting to think that that's not going to happen. Like, we won't really get news of that until like the day the Sandbox update rolls out. I'm also getting concerned that we won't be seeing the new Sandbox shipping next week, as I was hoping we would be seeing the new Sandbox ship out a week before Shadowkeep ships, similar to how we did last year with Forsaken. But who knows, maybe Bungie might sneak up on us next week and drop something. If I hear anything about Sandbox, I'll let you guys know, guys. We'll be covering it immediately. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.